What's crack-a-lackin'? It's your boy Broshmo, just in case you did not know. So we're back for another, I said another, and another one. We're doing the Rams off season. So if I were the GM, if I were in charge of the team, this is what I would be doing. So we're going to do the free agency. We're going to do a mock draft. We're going to take a look at what the starting lineup will look like in 2020. But before we get into that, go ahead, check out the rest of these. These are really, really fun, and I hope you like them. Sounds like you do. So I'm going to keep bringing them out. Also, mock draft, I don't actually know when this is going to come out. So it might come out the same day as mock draft. But I have that up, so you should check that out, as well as rankings, all kinds of rankings on the video or on the channel for the 2020 NFL draft. So if you're really interested in the draft, I do a little bit, a small sample of a breakdown of what some of the prospects are and what they look like coming out. So let's go ahead, let's begin with this cap situation for the Rams. 15 million, dude. This is probably one of the crappiest cap situations I've come across. There's no, like, I'm gonna just put it out there, there's no chance we're gonna be able to re-sign anybody. But let's go through the releases. Clay Matthews I released because he's a good portion of change on the cap. How much exactly is he going against our cap if we release him? We get back 4 million, so I got rid of him. Ideally I don't trade in these because it just kind of muddies the waters. It makes things a little more complicated. I can't, or at least with the draft simulator I'm using, I can't trade picks. So ideally I would trade Rob Havenstein, but I can't do that. So I just went ahead and released him. He's costing us, or at least he would cost us because he's a free agent, I believe. Well, he's coming off a real down year, but I think he's a free agent in 2022. Maybe not. Oh, I see. Oh, okay, he already signed an extension. Anyway, but he played really poorly. So I think if we don't have solid left tackle play, he's gonna really struggle. So I just opted. We got Bobby Evans, so I'm just opting to move on. Ideally, I would trade him away for maybe like a fifth. I think that's probably about his asking price, fifth, sixth. Malcolm Brown, we got Henderson. We got drafted at Memphis, so we don't really need him. We get 2 million back from him, so we're looking at 25 million. Like I said, I'm not re-signing anybody. Can't bring back Whitworth. Can't bring back Fowler, Rockers, Littleton. Can't even re-sign our kicker because he's probably going to cost a lot. So I'm probably just going to draft a guy real late at kicker. So yeah, so let's see. I did a little patchwork in free agency because we couldn't do much with the cap, because I wanted to leave enough to just sign much smaller free agents. So I got linebacker Nick Kwiatkowski, the guy that played for the Bears, because he was pretty solid in a backup role. So he's coming in kind of basically to be our replacement for Corey Littleton. So that's not great. We also have who is it? What's his name? It's Hager, right? Oh gosh, it's gonna kill me not remembering his name. I can't find it. I know we have some stuff we can, like, there's some young guys there at linebacker, but I still want to bring in a veteran body. Got Donald Penn, kind of be the band-aid, the first aid for a season at left tackle, because like I said, we're probably gonna have Bobby Evans sitting there. This is the problem with the Rams, signed so many free agents, so much money on these free agents that they haven't built through the draft. That's where you want to build, through the draft. That's how you build a franchise. You get those inexpensive players with high upside. So I want to move more. If I were the GM, I'd want to move more into that direction, and that means kind of letting some guys go, which kind of sucks. But yeah, we're just trying to, because this team's got a lot of playmakers. But I mean, if you can't protect the quarterback, if you got nothing in the run game, because that offensive line is just kind of ravaged by just a bunch of late round picks that haven't really worked out. So I'm not gonna lie, especially the contracts, man. Todd Gurley's contract's killing us. Jared Goff's contract's killing us. I mean, even Brandon Cooks, like, all these contracts are just murder on us. So it's like, I'm not gonna lie, the Rams, they won't be bad by any means. I think they'll struggle to make the playoffs for the next few years, especially without Wade Phillips, who's been so good as a defensive coordinator. And they're in a tough division with a really good 49ers and Seattle Seahawks team and an up-and-coming Arizona Cardinals team. So yeah, I looked at the Rams, I looked at their salary cap situation, and first thing I thought of was they're gonna have to build back to where they're building through the draft. Like, they're just so strapped for cap. It's a real rough situation. That doesn't mean they can't be competitive, because I still think they can. Brought in Mingo, kind of our Clay Matthews replacement, just at a lower cost, 1 year, $3 million. So let's go ahead. Let's see what we can do with the draft. Because I don't think this team. All right, 3, 2, 1. I don't think 3, 2, 1. So here we are, second round. And I really want to rebuild the line, honestly. Offensive line. I need to bring in young talent. There's a lot of good players here on the board, but Tyler Biadasz, I think, would be a steal. He's ideal for this zone run-in scheme. Brian Allen, you could move him to guard, or you could even have Tyler Biadasz play stick at guard, maybe start over Corbett or what was Edwards. But I think I'm gonna probably start him at center and have Brian Allen move to guard and have him be in a camp battle with Edwards. So we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna take Biadasz. Not the sexiest pick, but needed to be done. So looking at other needs for the Rams, because Eric Weddle moved on, but that's fine. Tyler Rapp came in, looked really good last year. So maybe bring in another linebacker that's like sideline to sideline type of athlete. Let's take a gander. Like, I wouldn't mind I don't know if he's gonna be there. I was gonna say Davis Gaither or Troy Dye is kind of who I would eye right now. Take a quick look at there's a couple of interesting names there, but I think we could hold out. We can hold off. And I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna grab what they're missing from Corey Littleton's departure. Yeah, man, man, I thought the Steelers had it rough when I did their salary cap, was looking at their situation. Man, the Rams, all those big contracts are such a problem. All right, so here we are in the 4th round. Now I'm thinking tackle, because there's one guy I think would be really good, and I hope he stays on the board. I might want to look at corner as well, because he's still there. Driscoll, I'm going Driscoll. Easy breezy. Nice athletic tackle that we could develop. So I might look at corner just because, I mean, Troy Hill is a free agent in 2021. I mean, technically so is Jalen Ramsey, but they're going to try to sign him to a big contract, I imagine. You didn't trade away a first-round pick for him to walk away. So, oh, man. This is frustrating. I think we did a good enough job on the line. I do like taking the best player available though. Wow, Nick Harris is still around. I don't think he'll be available here. Well, it is the 4th round. And honestly, double dipping's not a bad idea on that offensive line. Because then you got Nick Harris who could play center as well. And Tyler Biotish play guard. I don't know. I think I might just go corner though. Like I said, that corner situation, you just want to bring in guys that you can at least develop. I know that offensive line was that bad, but we've already addressed it twice. Oh, it's like mocking me. I really want to do it. I mean, Michael Nwenu, he wouldn't be a bad option either. Actually, I almost rather him than Harris. Alright, we're gonna do this and hope maybe a corner falls, or maybe some edge talent wouldn't be bad either. Like Travis Gibson, I wouldn't mind taking in the 5th either, but that probably means we're not addressing corner. Alright. Could even go linebacker again. Alright, let's actually take a look at corner right now. Yeah, I really wanted Luke Barku. Oh, Reggie Robinson wouldn't be a bad get either. Nope, we're on to the 6th. Reggie Robinson, man. I don't mind Reggie Robinson. Let's also take a look at who all we have available here on the interior. Khalil Davis isn't bad. Robert Landertz, it's probably closer to free agent. Honestly, Rob Windsor. Intriguing. Let's take a look at edge real quick. Take a look at corner. Reggie Robinson's still there. Let's look at all. And Bryce Stirk ain't bad either. This is tough. Like, no crap. I mean, I don't know if there's an edge that really fits what they're looking for, you know? Or like, then again, they're bringing in a new defensive coordinator. I imagine they stick with the 3-4 though. I didn't look if they've signed. I don't think they've signed one yet. Not positive though. Yep, no, yeah, they haven't signed one yet, so. Oh, buddy. I mean, honestly, Bediku ain't a bad developmental guy, and then Bryce Huff ain't bad either. But I'd still rather go the corner right now. I'd rather go the corner because it's such a volatile position. Guys play, they go up and down. It's just wild. Like, I don't feel terrible with our moves in the draft. I think got a lot of, like, especially we've addressed the line a ton. Linebacker, that, I mean, Troy Dye is a future starter there. We'll see what we can do with edge if they have another pick. Hope they do. Yep, here it is. All right, so Carter Coughlin. I'd rather go Huff. All right, I'm gonna go Huff. think that's a good piece because in 2021, Samson, Ibakam, butchering that last name, but he's a free agent and he's been actually really solid. Not the most consistent at creating pressure, but all around he's been very good. All right, so that concludes our mock draft. And like I said, we got good depth attack, like on the offensive line, some good stuff to develop there. And then Troy Dye, he should be a starter in a year. Have him develop behind the veteran Nick from the Bears. It's like Jake from State Farm. Bryce Huff is a good developmental prospect. Reggie Robinson provides good depth. Let's take a look at the starting lineup though for 2020. So offense, for the most part, outside of the offensive line, is pretty unchanged. We got Jared Goff, of course, coming back on the big contract. Todd Gurley, and then we got Woods, we got Cooks, we got Kupp. Reynolds is there as well for backup. I have Tyler Higbee as a starting tight end. I think he was a little more consistent than Gerald Everett, but they like to run 2 tight end sets at 11 personnel. No, 12 personnel. And then we also have at the offensive line Donald Penn while we develop Driscoll, and then we got Corbett, we got Biotish. So I decided to go with David Edwards as the right tackle starter, but it'd be a camp battle between him, Brian Allen, and Onwenu. Bobby Evans gets his first go at a whole season as starter. And then onto the defense, we bring back Sebastian Joseph Day, who was pretty solid on the defensive line, as well as Greg Gaines in limited time. He was pretty good. And then Aaron Donald, of course, best defensive player in the league. We got Samson and Mingo at our edge while we try to develop Huff. And then we got my good friend Nick from the Bears as our starting linebacker. But we do have Troy Dye there as well. And then the secondary, basically the same thing. They should be shut down for the most part with Jalen Ramsey, Troy Hill, Robbie Coleman, Johnson, and Rapp. In theory, they should be, but we'll see. And that's it for the video. Go ahead, do YouTube thing. It's always much appreciated, much obliged. Rams, this was a very tough. This is probably the toughest cap situation I had to deal with when it comes to making these videos. But yeah, hopefully I did okay. And until next time, you be easy, my friends. Later.